Orji Kalu to Tinubu. Sack minister who ignores Senate summons. To my dear listeners, from wherever you're listening from, this is funny, right? Because we actually know who Orji Kalu is actually referring to. Good morning, and please, before I go into details, kindly please ensure you like, subscribe, and share. Now, the details. Former Abia State Governor and Senator for Abia North, Orji Kalu, has taken a bold stand against ministers who disregard Senate summons, urging decisive action from President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Speaking passionately during Friday's plenary, Kalu called for the dismissal of erring ministers, stating that their behavior undermines the authority of, of the legislature. He also urged the Senate to enforce sanctions on ministers and contractors who treat parliamentary invitations with contempt. They will insult our chairman and people working in the Senate. You will invite a minister of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and some of them will not listen to the chairman of the committee, he lamented. Kalu didn't mince words as he highlighted the frustration of committee leaders being ignored by ministers. Enough is enough. We should query these ministers and ask Mr. President to drop them. How can a chairman of a committee be looking for a minister for close to 3-4 days and they will not answer the phone? So they are doing the same thing Julius Berger is doing, he said. The senator stressed the importance of mutual respect, emphasizing that ministers and parastatals heads must be accountable to the Senate. The parliament must put a performance record for every minister head of parastatals and submit to the commander-in-chief. We are not here for joke. We have to use our powers, Kalu asserted, reinforcing his call for greater legislative oversight and discipline. So, my dear listeners, now we have come to the end of our today's news. Now, before I go, I have just a comment here that says, do you have the teeth to bite? If you claim to have, the minister is not to answer, but the president whom we elected, not ministerially appointed, that is answerable and reporting to him. Initiate impeachment proceedings against the president, then he will sack the minister immediately. So, my dear listeners, now we've come to the end of our today's news, but in contribution to the news that I've read and to the comments too. Initially, I believe there is no how. Normally, in the current administration that the Nigeria is living on now, there is no how a minister would not listen to the Senate summons without the involvement of someone in the high place. Let's take Wiki for instance, because we actually know this is where this is driven at. That is demolitions in Abuja. Let's see that the Senate has actually summoned Wiki to stop what he was doing, but yet the man did not answer. You know, we all know all these ministers like this. We all know them to be kind of ministers that do not listen to anything. But Wiki, for instance, we actually know his political appointment is different from what we actually thought. So when Wiki is doing something and initially it is being stopped by the Senate and yet Wiki is not listening, we all know where that is coming from. The president might be the one fueling whatever that Wiki is doing, and low-key, nobody would know. You know, we have a cunning president in this country, yet they did not really focus on. I missed everything that is going on in the country now. Please, is it demolitions of building that is next in the country situations? There are a lot of things they need to focus on. Amidst hardships, there is hunger. The increment of many people that have cars now are now trekking, are now going out to enter the public transportations, which is not convenient for them. They should just try, because the more these increments in the petroleum price, the more the increments in food prices too, and this does not make any sense any longer. We can't keep doing this. So for how long do we need to tell the government that we are not convenient with the kind of administrations we are in any longer? These people, I just feel, no matter how we shout, it's only God that can intervene for us. And really, they would not change because of the way we have so much sold ourselves to them.
Now we've come to the end of our today's news. Please do drop by the comment section and let us know what your view is all about. Thank you for listening.